Welcome to The Complete Teacher, 101 meaningful, bite-sized professional development lessons, each coming with thought-provoking titles, relevant, inspiring quotes, helpful text with anecdotes, data, and wisdom, and action steps. Lesson 5, Bridging Worlds with Cultural Responsiveness. Ken Blanchard, who wrote 1 Minute Manager, says, "The best minute I spend is the one I invest in people." Shiraki Holly says, "Culturally responsive teaching is the validation and affirmation of the home culture and home language for the purposes of building and bridging the student to success in the culture of academia and mainstream society." Buzz phrases can come and go in the world of education. Cultural responsiveness is one that will last. In fact, culturally responsive pedagogy, or CRP, is simply a title for much of the good relationship building and teaching that has been taking place in classrooms for generations. Basically, it's teaching that is considerate of students' backgrounds and builds trust between instructors and their pupils. Quoted above, CRP guru Shiraki Holly boils it down to bridging the home culture with the school culture. Zaretta Hammond, another pioneer of CRP, says that trust between teachers and students is the effective glue that binds educational relationships together. Columbia professor Christopher Emdin called it an approach to teaching that advocates for the consideration of the culture of the students in determining the ways in which they are taught. CRP is powerful and transformative, but is also misunderstood. For one, CRP is not social justice or multicultural education, both of which can be valuable and impactful if done prudently. CRP is not a departure from regular teaching, nor is it an add-on set of strategies. It's not overgeneralizing, like not all Hispanic families are from Mexico. Not all people of African descent are African American, and there's no language called Chinese. CRP is certainly not just bringing tacos in for Cinco de Mayo, or watching a Martin Luther King speech in January, or doing an Eleanor Roosevelt lesson in March, all of which can be impactful learning opportunities. No, CRP is something else, and it starts with knowing your students. Hammond claims that relationships with your students are really partnerships for the sake of learning, and she's right. In order to have an authentic learning partnership, you need each student on your team. They need to trust you, and whether it's verbalized or not, ultimately you need their permission to push them or to cognitively challenge them. Humanize your exchanges, ignite positive emotions with your interactions, and establish trust through dependable two-way communication. Some teachers build trust by asking students about their lives or taking time to get to know them. Other teachers connect with students through relatability, stories, humor, sarcasm, or silliness. Whichever methods you use to build trust, neuroscience connects powerful, trusting relationships to meaningful brain development. So go ahead and ask them about their game or recital over the weekend. Let them know how excited you are to introduce them to fractions and how often you use them in real life. Invite them to brainstorm with you as you plan a fun activity. Before long, you'll see that when you practice CRP effectively, you will unleash powerful synergy in the classroom, and you and your students will become a team that struggles and succeeds together. Action steps. Informally assess your student relationships by answering these 3 questions. Do you know your students well enough to partner with them in their learning? Do they thrive and enjoy the learning process in your class? Have they given you permission to push them? If you answered no to any of these questions, then make it a point to get to know your students. Earn their trust as you become more culturally responsive. Need a copy of all the Complete Teacher lessons on slides? Looking for an e-reader or physical copy of the Complete Teacher? Want to browse thousands of other top-rated, engaging resources? Check out the links below.